The Lions' offseason is already heating up, and some decisions could completely change the team's direction. Carlton Davis had a huge impact on the defense, but his future is still up in the air. Meanwhile, Brad Holmes is focused on the draft and has major moves in mind. Who could be coming in? Who might be leaving? And which positions should the Lions prioritize? Stay tuned. There's a lot happening behind the scenes. Drop a like and let's get into the video. Carlton Davis did exactly what the Lions expected last season, until a broken jaw sidelined him late in the year. He played with confidence, brought the physicality the team needed, and proved he could truly be a shutdown cornerback. Now he's about to test the market as one of the top available players at his position. The good news for Detroit fans? Davis seems to enjoy playing for Dan Campbell, so if the offers are similar, he might choose to stay. But like any smart free agent, he'll likely explore all his options before making a final decision. And if there's one thing we know about Lions GM Brad Holmes, it's that he doesn't sit around when he loses a player. Remember when Jamal Williams left and suddenly the team signed David Montgomery? Holmes always has a plan B. If Davis leaves, it won't be any different, and there are some intriguing options on the market. One of those options could be Charvarius Ward, a name that USA Today's Jacob Kamenker has identified as a perfect fit for Detroit. Ward had a down year in 2024, but in 2023 he was a second-team All-Pro with 5 interceptions and 23 pass breakups. He brings that aggressive coverage style that fits perfectly with Campbell's philosophy. Another USA Today journalist, Tyler Dragon, also sees Ward as the best option for the Lions, especially considering that Detroit ranked 30th in pass defense last season. Of course, the 49ers won't just let Ward walk without a fight, but after a tough year in his personal life, there are rumors that he might be looking for a fresh start outside of California. And when you look at his resume, 17 playoff games, 3 Super Bowls, 5 conference championship appearances, it's clear that his experience could be exactly what the Lions need if they lose Davis. If Holmes decides it's time to pivot in the secondary, Ward could be the guy to call. So, Lions fans, should Detroit keep Carlton Davis or look for another solution on defense? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Now, speaking of changes, the NFL Combine could set the stage for the team's next moves in the draft. The NFL Combine is coming up, and for the Lions, it's a huge opportunity to fine-tune their draft strategy. Under Brad Holmes' leadership, Detroit has made some great picks in recent years, and this week in Indianapolis will be crucial to keeping that trend going. So, what do the Lions need to figure out during the Combine? Here are 5 key questions the team must answer. First, which edge rushers are truly worth drafting? The Lions' pass defense needs reinforcements, and there are some interesting names on the board, like Abdul Carter, Penn State, Shamar Stewart and Nick Scorton, Texas A&M, and Mike Green, Marshall. The big question for Holmes will be, is it worth trading up to secure one of them? The answer will depend on how urgent the team sees this need. Next, do the Lions really need a quarterback? Probably not, but the Combine is the perfect place to evaluate this year's QB class. Cam Ward, Miami, and Shedeur Sanders, Colorado, are expected to go early, but there are intriguing mid-round talents like Jackson Dart, Ole Miss, Quinn Ewers, Texas, and Will Howard, Ohio State. Holmes is unlikely to use a high pick on a QB, but if one of these names falls to the 3rd round or later, Detroit might be tempted to take a developmental prospect. Another key focus, strengthening the offensive line. Kevin Zeitler's future as a free agent is uncertain, and Graham Glasgow isn't playing at his previous level. That means guard could be a draft priority. Gray Zabel, North Dakota State, and Donovan Jackson, Ohio State, are names that could be available at pick number 28 and deserve a closer look. And what about the trade market? The Combine isn't just about rookies. It's also when GMs have behind-the-scenes discussions about potential trades. Detroit could and should inquire about Myles Garrett and other available players to bolster key areas like pass rush, cornerback, and offensive line. If there's a real chance to land an impact veteran before the draft, the Lions need to be ready to strike. Finally, who will be available at pick number 28? It's still too early to know for sure, but starting to map out possibilities now will help the Lions decide which positions to prioritize. The most successful teams use the Combine to build their draft strategy, and Detroit, under Holmes' leadership, will undoubtedly do the same. The Lions are just a few moves away from becoming a powerhouse in the NFC, but every decision from now on could make all the difference. Carlton Davis's future is still uncertain, and the draft will be crucial in addressing the team's weak spots. But does Brad Holmes have a bold plan up his sleeve? Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any Lions updates.